Hello everyone, it's your favorite, Tamika here. Yes, I am back. It's been a while since I last podcasted, but yes, I am back to podcast today. So, first thing first, you can catch me on Instagram as Purplegeorgiaknit with the S. It's mostly where I keep my pictures of projects I'm into, and I even go out to ask questions on and suggestions. It's a very social thing, as well as Ravelry. I'm more social on Instagram than Ravelry. I spend more time on Instagram than Ravelry, but you can catch me on Ravelry as Purplegeorgiaknit. So there you go. I'm going to talk about a few objects that I have finished, as well as some beginning projects, works in progress. So back in my last video, I believe I was on my checkered ankle socks. I had put them down. I picked them up and finished them pretty much all the way until I ran into a little issue. And you all know that I am a perfectionist, so because of it, I got so frustrated and put it down. So this is one of my checkered ankle socks. It is completely finished. I just have to weave in a few ends. It is done. This is a completed sock. But my second sock, I ran into a little issue. Got all the way down to almost to basically the cast off edge and ran out of yarn. So I was doing, as they call, yarn chicken. So basically I was trying to see if I could go all the way to the end with yarn, and I lost yarn chicken. But I was going to use some other color to finish the bind off, and I didn't like it, so my perfectionist tingle senses kicked in, and basically here's my finished. I didn't like it. I ripped it back out, and when I thought about having to put it back on the needles, because I actually ripped it uneven, because I have bind off edge here and I have went down a few rows here, I felt like I didn't even want to go and worry about it. So right now, as you say, that is in the hibernation graveyard until I get the want to pick it back up. So those are my checkered ankle socks. My second finished object is my oblique scarf that I did finish, and that pattern was my Caron yarn, Caron Camo. This is the yarn that I used. I finished the scarf, and it's kind of asymmetrical. And this is my finished project. You pretty much knit until you use up all the yarn to the edge. It was a very mindless knit because it's garter stitch, and straight all the way, garter both rows all the way, and this is basically my knitting project for watching TV. You have some projects that you can use while watching TV, and you have some that you will not dare to do while watching TV, and I have found that out recently about that, and I'll show you all that in just a minute. But that is my second finished object. My third finished object is my lovely Soho scarf, or as I say, /shawl, because that's the way I wear it. I didn't use all of my loops and thread, purple or gray, for this Soho scarf, but I love the length and the width of it as is. I got a little tired of continuing the striping because I felt like I would never get in. I was holding the yarn double, thinking it would use up the yarn more quicker, and it didn't. But here is my progress, and since I finished it off, I have been wearing it whenever I get cold. I wore it pretty much every day during the spring, you know, like this around your neck, and you loop the other two parts around. Gotten so many compliments. This is pretty much the way I wear it as a scarf, and then, you know, when you get cold, you just flip it around and put it over your shoulders. You know, you guys know, y'all know the ins and outs of a shawl scarf thing. But I love it. The purple and gray, I really like how it came out. I fell in love with gray and purple, but gray here lately, I'm in love with gray too. So that is my 3 finished objects, or 2 finished objects, and a possible third if I will just finish it. But I'm in a stage where I'm just not feeling socks. Now, remember a while back, I said don't start knitting socks, because if you start knitting socks, you will never stop knitting socks. Well, I stopped knitting socks. Just for the moment, though. But enough of the silly. My first work in progress, I came across this this shawl pattern on my Facebook, which is supposed to have been for Purple Georgia Knits. It is actually under the name Purple Georgia Knit, but I use it pretty much personally because mostly the people that are on my Purple Georgia Knit are family. Because I'm gonna be honest, I had this thing about Facebook. I've seen everybody else on Facebook, and with Facebook, I didn't want the issues and the drama, you know, because they were on Facebook. Ooh, Facebook, boo boo, Facebook. And I didn't want all that issue. But my sister told me that at one point in my life that I was going to have to make a Facebook. And I finally surrendered to the idea of doing a Facebook. But like I said, most people that are on my Facebook are friends and family. Mostly family. But enough about Facebook. But I found this pattern on Facebook. I was scrolling down, and it's called the Fancy Me Shawl. So I had some black loops and thread Woolike, as well as a skein of mauve loops and thread Woolike, and I like stripes, I guess, after knitting the Soho scarf shawl thing. So I picked it up, used the loops and thread just like I did with the Soho scarf double, and it is coming out lovely. I really like this pattern, but I noticed that with black yarn, and lots of times I tend to knit toward the evening. It's my knitting toward the evening is basically to get myself wound down so that I can go to bed. So I'm a night knitter mostly, but I do knit through the day, but mostly a night knitter. So I find myself knitting between, let's see, 8, 9, sometimes 10, 11, and if I can't sleep, I will knit until I do fall asleep. So knitting is a comfort thing for me. But this black yarn is not good to knit when you don't have good lighting. Yeah. So, and you can't really knit with black yarn when you're getting ready to go into, as you say, eyelet part, because that's where I'm at on this pattern. I'm getting ready to knit another eyelet part. And black yarn, not good, well ventilated, I mean, not ventilated, but well lit surroundings, as well as trying to watch TV, because that's another thing. I need background or TV when I'm doing something else. I'm a multitasker like crazy, or you can call it ADD. But I digress. This is my Fancy Me shawl. I will put all the information of everything that I'm showing you down at the bottom, and you'll be able to click and see and check things out. So Fancy Me shawl, I found this pattern on Facebook because I am a part of a group that puts out free patterns every now and then. So that's my other, as you would say, work in progress. My second work in progress is the Makariri shawl by Aroha Knits, And I came across that one on Instagram. When I saw her shawl, I fell in love. But I'm going to be honest, I love mostly all of her patterns. She is a wonderful designer. I did come across her on Instagram, and when I found out about her, I went straight to Ravelry and searched up her patterns. I love her patterns, and she is actually offering this Makariri shawl as a free pattern, and it was like, what? Huh? So when I saw that, I jumped on it, put the Fancy Me shawl basically down at the point that I am at, and cast it on the Makariri with my Knitpicks, and I've dropped all my labels, so give me a second to show you my labels. I am using white, Knitpicks white, and then it went to Lichen, Knitpicks Lichen, and then it went to Knitpicks Spruce, and then it's going to go to Knitpicks Blush. This is my progress, and I was having some difficulty because, number one, I was not using stitch markers, and I basically, when I got to the second part of the lace into this shawl, I had to pull it out 3 different times because, 1, I was not paying attention. 2, I was watching TV, and 3, I was not paying attention and watching TV. But I've gotten back, and this is my progress. Like I said, it started out with the white, went down to the Lichen, back to the white, and into the Spruce. And this is my interpretation of it. I am not actually following like the color, the way the color goes, but because I didn't do my homework, and I'm going to own up to that. That's my confession. I didn't really do my homework. I just chose the yarn and said that I was going to knit the shawl. Okay, guys, you know I am a knit adventurer or a knit rebel. I don't gauge. You can yell at me about that, but no, I don't gauge because I feel like it's a waste of yarn. That's just me. I'm not going to waste my yarn on doing gauge. And I'm not going to pull it back out. No. I don't gauge. I didn't count for the yardage of the main color. So when I was knitting, by the time I got to the second repeat of white, this is how much I got. And I figured that it wasn't going to be enough to finish out the white in the rest of the shawl, hence starting into this. But by the time I got to this part of the Spruce and started into the lace repeats, it was inside my bag and I didn't realize that. So I'm playing yarn chicken again with my yarn, and I'm hoping I'll be able to do a good portion of the lace repeat before I add in my white again to start into my blush. But right now I'm basically flying by the seat of my pants to see how I can finish this lace pattern to start into the white to get to the blush and be done. Like I said, I didn't do my math. I didn't do my research really well to see if I had enough yardage. I figured, oh, I got 4 skeins of Knitpicks yarn. I'm gonna make it work and do what I do. Well, your girl here, I confess, I didn't do my math too well, but I am in love with this. I have been knitting on this ever since I cast it on. I ran into a little trouble with the lace work on this part. The stitch markers are helping a whole deal because I was doing it before stitch markers and trying to watch TV. You cannot do lace work and watch TV and read subtitles. Yeah. So that's what I've been doing, trying to watch TV, read subtitles, and knit lace work. How smart is that? Well, no, don't let me say I'm not smart. I'm just going to say I'm an adventurer. I'm a rebel without a cause. But I actually had more Lichen left over because of the work was not, it didn't call enough for the Lichen. But we're going to see how it works. What comes out is how it comes out. That's part of being a crafter, creator, whatever. So, you know, that's the character of the Makariri shawl. I really love it. So that's all of what I'm into. I haven't done any sewing, any spinning, but I do plan on it. I guess I'm at the part where I can talk a little bit about some things that I've been going through in life. If you don't want to hear about it, right around the 15-30 minute mark, you can check out. I love you guys. I really hope that you will stay and listen to, you know, some of the things that I'm going through. But if not, I still love you. Thank you for watching. See you later. But I don't know if you all knew back a while back when I was avidly on Instagram, somebody basically sent me, I think it's my friend One Pink Zebra. I love her so much. She is like a inspiration to my life. She is a true, in my sense, visual, living, breathing warrior. I appreciate you. I love you, One Pink Zebra. You know who I'm talking about. But she sent me a questionnaire, like 20 questions about facts about me, and I put out that, and if you want to go back on Instagram, it's out there on Instagram. I may put it in video form and expand on it a little bit, but I did say that I do suffer with depression a little bit. I get down on myself. I really, it's like inner turmoil. But I think that's, you know, normal in a sense, but not in a sense. But not to digress. I think that is why I was gone away for a while, because I was not in the right mental space. So I had to regroup, sort my feelings out, as I say, sort my heart out, and to figure out what my next step is. And because I was going through all of that, I lost interest with my love for my craft. And I don't ever want anyone to experience losing a like or a love for something that they want to do, because I don't think people that are not into it understand, you know, when you make it more about manufacturing rather than doing it for the love of it. Because I have come across a few people who are not knit or yarn worthy, but you know, that's just life. But yes, I fell, well, as I say, fell out of sorts with myself because I wasn't feeling me. But I'm slowly getting back, and I'm using knitting as my therapy. I love you guys, and I'm glad to be back to podcast. So, enough about all that sadness. I do feel a lot better these days. I'm taking it one step at a time. As most people say, one day, I'm taking it as one moment at a time so that I can cope. But back in April, around spring break time, it was my niece's and my daughter's birthday. And we went out for an outing for them to celebrate their birthday. And I had never been to, there's a place called Main Event, and it's actually like a big place where you can play games, bowling, laser tag, billiards, all of that in one place, even a restaurant. I mean, it was a huge place. They have a big movie theater, I think above, like, where you do the games and stuff. I mean, it's just this big place where you can go have fun and spend a lot of cash. Well, I don't have a lot of cash, so we went anyway, and we had fun. And my husband, when we were leaving, said, we're going somewhere else. And I'm like, no, I'm tired. I'm ready to go back home. But he decided to take me to a yarn shop that was not too far from the area, and that yarn shop was called Yarning for You. I'm sorry, it was a while since I've been there. I forgot the beautiful young lady that was there, but when I hit the door, I squealed. I mean, like, and it was so funny because every time the ladies heard me exclaim, like, oh my God, you, because I'm, as you say, like ADHD, in a sense. I'm not really ADHD, but I tend to have those type of reactions. So I was here, I was there, I was over there. Oh my God, ooh, 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 ooh. And they was like, I really love hearing your shopping experience. It is so fun. I mean, when I walked through the door, there was a table, lady sitting there knitting, and I'm like, "Hi guys!" And I never seen these women before in my life. So, you know, of course, they welcome me. If you need anything, let me know. I'm right over here. If you're looking for anything special, let me know. And, you know, of course, I ran like a kid in the candy store, and my hands were everywhere. Ooh, touch, feel, So I did end up coming out with a few items, and I like that yarn shop. And, you know, in a way, I feel slighted in my yarn experience because the local yarn shop in my area, I don't even want to go to. So I got to drive 30, 40 minutes to yarn shops when I have one less than 20 minutes down the road. Well, no, it's a little more than that now, but still. But I love the place. It's a nice little quaint shop, very friendly people. And if I lived up in the area, I would go a whole lot more. But, oh, and she had this cute little dog, and I'm really not a dog person because I have allergies. Yes, I suffer with seasonal allergies. I'm allergic to dogs. I'm allergic to cats. At one point, it seemed like knitting with this Knitpicks. It's like every time I knit with the Knitpicks palette, for some reason, I feel irritation in my eyes, and I don't want to say that I'm allergic to it, but I don't know if it's a mind thing or what, but I noticed that when I do knit on the Makariri shawl with the Knitpicks, I get a little, so I thought, or maybe there is some allergy with certain types of wool. I'm not sure. But yes, I suffer with allergies, shellfish, you know, food allergies. I suffer with allergies. But little dog actually got out his seat because when I got there, he was lounging like, what's up, y'all? Just chilling, you know, in a chair like, yeah, I see you, but I ain't moving. And as I got to leave, he literally stood in my way and was like, you're not going out this door. I mean, literally, like he was like in between my legs, in front of the door, like you ain't going nowhere. So it was like, well, if I could stay, I would, but I did splurge just a little bit. You know, I was able to during that time. You know, my husband gave me the go, but I didn't go crazy. But I want to say I actually acquired my first few unicorn tails. I love Madeline Tosh. And Madeline Tosh. And I got these two at the shop. And the colorway, what is the colorway? It's Firewood. I had the intentions of getting these because while we were at the yarn shop, my husband brought it to my attention that in my, I would say, 7 years of knitting, I have never knitted him anything. So I had the intentions of getting this and some other yarn, which I don't have as of yet, to make him a hat. He found a pattern that he liked, and he doesn't want me to do it as of yet. He said, don't feel pressured to like get it done within a couple of weeks or a couple of months. He said, before it gets cold, I would like to have a hat. So I got this. I know the pattern that I'm going to get. I'm going to go back out there and get it. And I'm going to knit him a hat because he asked for it. And I'm going to be honest, no, I haven't knitted my husband anything. I wanted to knit us a couple socks. out of the gray brown marl Patton's Croy that I had, because that was the intention of it, was actually making him socks before I made myself socks. But he declined the socks, and so I took it and made myself some socks. But those unicorn tails have been a purpose for the future hat that I'm going to make my husband. And these are my first unicorn tails, and when I saw them I was like, oh my god, they're not anywhere near me, and I've never seen them actually anywhere. So when I saw these, and they had them in so many different colors that it was hard for me to choose, but these are my unicorn tails in the firewood color, and these are for a future project for my husband. And I come across this sock yarn I've never seen or heard of. It's called Sock Lady. It's Sock Lady. It's 60% superwash wool, 20% alpaca, and 20% nylon. It's 437 yards. Diamond Luxury Sock Lady. And this color was just screaming to me, because I was so undecided. I saw so many things, so many different colors. It was so much to take in. And it's like when I get around yarn, I get just like a little kid when you take them to a toy store, basically. They're like, I want this, I want that. Mommy, please. That's me when I hit the yarn store. So if you ever see me in the yarn store, you know, please try to calm me down and talk me down, please. But it was so hard just to pick the unicorn tails and this yarn, but I fell in love with the color. The color really jumped out at me because I was so undecided, because I wanted yarn, but I didn't know what. I still don't know as of yet what I'm going to knit with this. But I'm reading to see if it has an actual color. The color is 21. That's the color. The color is 21. But no, as I said, this is my first time seeing this yarn, Diamond Luxury Sock Lady. So I've got that as well. Like I said, don't know as of yet whether it'll be some socks, a shawl, or what. I don't know yet, but if you are a yarn enthusiast, you grab and buy yarn before you even know what you're going to do with it. And I'm guilty of that. The last thing that I actually bought there was some sock rockets. And I realized when I look at this now, I already got this size sock rockets. Why did I need to buy some more? At the time I thought I needed it, but I'm looking at it now and I'm like, why did I buy this? Because I already got some sock rockets. But I need it. I guess it adds to my collection of circular knitting needles for Magic Loop socks. When I get back to knitting socks, because I don't like socks right now. They ain't working. It's like every sock pattern I pick up is not working. It just, I'm not feeling it. So, and she also threw in a little package of stitch markers, the little stitch markers that look like this. Oh, sorry, they're actually all together somehow. They're not individual, so actual like little light bulb, I say, stitch markers. Safety pin light bulb stitch markers, I guess. My experience with that store was wonderful, and that's pretty much everything that I have been into, what I acquired, what I'm knitting, what I'm not knitting, and all I can say is, guys, you know, try to live your life to the fullest. Don't take life for granted. I am learning that you should appreciate the little things. The little things matter. The little things you find joy. You know, your laughter, your giggles, the quiet time, the loud times. Don't take anything for granted. So, I love you all. I thank you all who take the time out to listen to me when I do make videos. I appreciate every single one of you. I wish every single one of you in this year a lot of happy times and a lot of health. Keep fighting and we'll make it. I'll see you later. I love you guys. Bye.